Hi, welcome to Train Signal. My name's Bill, and this course is Excel 2007. This first section is our introduction, who, what, and why. The first thing I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about myself. Then we're going to talk about who you are, who should be taking this class, what kinds of things you're looking for. Then we're going to go and talk about this course, exactly what things are we going to show you, what are we talking about, give you a little brief rundown of each. Next, we have a scenario that will be running throughout the entire video, and then we're going to go ahead and take a very quick look at keyboard shortcuts. I have a list in here for you to study, print out, do whatever you need with. Then we're going to go ahead and look at what we learned. This will be the same format that we will follow throughout all of the sections of this course, so let's go and let's get started. Who is this guy? Instructor Bill Kulterman. That's me, that's my name, Bill, and I have been an applications instructor for several years. I'm a Microsoft certified expert in Microsoft Office XP and 2003. My fields of expertise are Excel, PowerPoint, Word, and Outlook. I have also trained even earlier versions, Office 97 and Office 2000. I would probably be certified in 2007, but at the time of this recording, the tests have not been yet made available. But I'll get there, promise. My background is in theater design. I took my design experience and was able to go ahead and translate it into graphic and web design, which I've been doing for many, many years and still do a little bit here and there. I was able to take those graphic and web design skills and also become an instructor in the Adobe Creative Suites. I've taught Photoshop, Illustrator, Acrobat, and Dreamweaver and Flash. Plus, a host of many other applications, things like Quark Express, Microsoft Visio, Microsoft Front Page, and even, can you believe, HTML. Pretty well-rounded in basic applications, and certainly have a thorough knowledge of what we're going to cover today. Who should take this class? So you want to go ahead and learn Excel. This course is for beginners, people that have no experience with Excel, never seen it, never used it, decide they want to go ahead and get training in it. It's a great course for you. Administrative folks who maybe have to teach other people about Excel, want to go ahead and learn a little bit more about it themselves, maybe get better at it. We're also going to go ahead and look at people who use Excel currently in their job. Maybe you already are pretty good with Excel. You know how to do just what you know how to do, though, and you want to expand your knowledge. We're going to cover a lot of basic things in this class. Like I said, it is for beginners as well. So some of the earlier lessons might be a little too basic for you, but that's okay. It's not a bad idea to kind of run through them. You might pick up a trick or two and it'll refresh your memory. It's also going to go ahead, hopefully, and show you some new things to get you more proficient. Excel users who want to learn the new interface. Maybe you're already a proficient user in Excel. Maybe you've been using the older versions for many, many years, and you're just migrating to Excel 2007, and you want to learn what it's all about, what it can do, what the differences are. They've changed the interface greatly, but the basics are still the same. Some of the new features are the formatting, lots more new formatting things that we can do. They've made it easier to find things. There's no more hidden menus where you got to scroll down and try and figure out what is this. It's all out there, easy for you to find, and it's also very user friendly if you want to go ahead and combine some Excel things with some Word things. One of the great things about Microsoft Office Suite is that they all play well together, and they've done even better in this version than in the previous versions. So basically, anyone who's interested at all in Excel will benefit from this course. What's covered? We're going to go ahead and start with a basic welcome to Excel. We're going to walk you around the new interface. We're going to show you what's new. We're going to introduce you to the ribbon, show you how to find things and how to get around. Next, entering and editing data. Very simple. This is a cell, this is a row, this is a column. This is how I go ahead and put data and edit it. calculations, basic formulas. We'll go ahead and here we'll look at auto sum, some basic things like adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing, and a few other basic formulas and functions that everybody should know if they're using Excel. From there, we'll look at multiple worksheets. We'll create a formula that will link our worksheets together. We'll also go ahead and look at creating workspaces. Formatting. Basic formatting in this section, we're going to go ahead and look at things like changing the font, the size, the colors, adding font styles and borders. We're going to go ahead and look at fills and a few other basic things to get you started with formatting. From there, organization. We're going to go ahead and talk about sorting and filtering our data, grouping it together so that it's easier to work with, being able to hide the things we don't need to see to make it easier to find the things we do want to see, and we'll even go ahead and look at the advanced filter. Advanced formatting. A lot of the things in here are going to be the new things to Microsoft Excel 2007. A lot of great new formatting features that we can use. We've got quick styles. We have a lot of styles that we can apply to graphics that we'll insert, backgrounds. We'll see things like shadow effects, glows, word art, lots of great text effects, a whole host of really neat things, and we'll introduce live preview. From there, we'll look into advanced formulas. We're going to go ahead and look at a lot of the more common formulas that people have trouble with. They want to learn more things. We're going to take a look at advanced formulas. We'll cover the more popular advanced formulas and functions that people like to know in Excel, things like VLOOKUPs and HLOOKUPs, the if condition. We'll do a few text functions, and we'll also look at some financial functions, PMT, and simple little payment calculator. Next, we're going to go ahead and look at auditing. This is a way to go ahead and help you find your errors in Excel. It won't solve your problems for you, but it'll help you locate them. Then we're going to go into charts. We'll use the chart wizard. We'll create charts from scratch. We'll take a look at some quick styles and formatting in charts. We're going to do a pie chart and a bar chart, and we'll show you how to combine chart types on one sheet. Multiple workbooks is going to go ahead and teach us to write formulas that will link workbooks together. We'll also consolidate workbooks and consolidate worksheets and take another look at workspaces. Templates. We're going to look at some templates that we already have. We'll go ahead and download and install a template from Microsoft Online. We'll also create and protect our own template, show you where to save it and how to save it. Pivot tables. One of my favorite parts about Excel. We're going to take large amounts of data and combine that into an easily managed table that we can use for data analysis quickly. Pivot tables, we'll take a look at one that's already created. We'll create one ourselves, and then we're going to go ahead and create a pivot chart. Collaboration. We'll go ahead and share workbooks. We'll show you how to go ahead and share a workbook so that several users can use it at the same time, make changes, track those changes, and merge documents together. Next, we'll look at macros. We'll very briefly look at a macro that's already been created. Then we'll show you how to use the macro recorder to record your own simple macro. If you want to get more involved with creating very elaborate macros, you'll need to learn VBA. We will take a very short, brief look at the VBA console. Last, we will look at printing. We have a large document. We need to print it out. It looks great on our screens. I hit print. I go to the printer, and suddenly I have 1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages. I've got data not where I want it to be. It's all divided. I'm missing rows and columns, whatever. We're going to show you, hopefully, how to solve your problems. Next, we're going to go and talk about our scenario. Our scenario involves a company I called Chicagoland Fish. It's the largest chain of pond and aquarium fish in the greater Chicago area. We have 3 stores in the city and 3 in the suburbs. It's the year end and the books are a mess. Accounting has been inconsistent and confusing. We're having inventory and sales from every store, but we need to be able to drill down so that we can summarize it. We need to consolidate some of these things. We have some future projects that we want to go ahead and take a look at and see the cost impact on those things, we're going to go ahead and also analyze things like our fish mortality rate. We have information that needs to be organized better so that it's easier to work with, streamlined common processes, create templates, sort of get everybody on the same page. We've been hired to assist in these tasks using our extensive knowledge of Excel. And don't forget, we're going to need to prepare some documents for that big investors meeting at the end of the year. So, let's move on to our next section. Now, as I told you, this is keyboard shortcuts. I'm not going to go ahead and go through all of these keyboard shortcuts with you right now. In fact, I'm not going to do all of them in the course. As you can see, there are a ton of keyboard shortcuts I have listed here. These are some of the more common and the more popular ones. But there are a lot more. There are hundreds and hundreds of keyboard shortcuts in Excel. If you're one of those people that insists on knowing what every single one is, go to your help menu in Excel, type in keyboard shortcuts, and you will have, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's over 200 keyboard shortcuts. The ones that I've shown you in here are some of the most useful and some of the most common. We will go ahead and explain a few of them in greater detail throughout the course. This is here for you to use as a reference anytime you need it. That brings us to what we learned. We went ahead and I told you a little bit about myself. From there we went ahead and talked about who should be taking this class, and actually we said anybody who wants to know a little bit more about Excel. We looked at our outline where I went ahead and showed you what we're going to cover, what we're going to talk about. Then we went ahead and looked at our scenario, and lastly, some common shortcuts that you can use anytime you want. We'll have that slide here for you to use as a reference. Go ahead, print it out, keep it next to your computer while you're using your Excel. That about does it. Thanks for joining me in this section, the introduction.